If it were known, not believed, not hoped, but known, that consciousness does not end at death, the entire architecture of this world would tremble. For millennia, political systems and religions have drawn their deepest authority from the same source, the management of death. Religion promises salvation or threatens damnation beyond the grave. The state demands loyalty by making death the ultimate prize. Kill for it, die for it, sacrifice your only life for the collective. Even secular ideologies rely on the idea that this brief, finite existence is all you get, so you must submit, comply, and trade your time and energy for security before the curtain fails. But if death is not the end, if consciousness persists, if awareness crosses the threshold and continues, then death can no longer function as a final horizon around which power organizes itself. The fear that underwrites obedience begins to dissolve. The grave stops being a wall and becomes a doorway. And when the ultimate threat loses its power, the entire psychological foundation of control begins to crack. A system built on morality depends on your identification with a perishable body. It depends on urgency, scarcity, and terror of annihilation. It depends on convincing you that you are temporary, fragile, and fundamentally alone. From that premise flows everything: economic desperation, political manipulation, moral blackmail, and religious bargaining. Obey now, because this is your only chance. Sacrifice now, because nothing waits beyond. But if human consciousness is not extinguished, if it continues, evolves, explores, then sovereignty extends beyond the grave. Authority can no longer claim ultimate jurisdiction. The monopoly on meaning collapses. The afterlife ceases to be a tool of fear and becomes a frontier of freedom. And in that shift, political religion, whether draped in a scripture or ideology, loses its deepest leverage. To truly grasp that we do not die in a way we have been taught is not just spiritual insight, it is a structural disruption. It reframes existence itself. It exposes how much of the system is organized around managing your fear of extinction. And once that fear loses its grip, the individual stands differently, less governable by terror, less seduced by promises of safety, less willing to trade eternity for temporary approval. If consciousness is persist, then we are not merely citizens of the state or followers of the doctrine. We're beings in an ongoing continuum of awareness, and that realization does not simply comfort the soul, it destabilizes every institution built on the lie that death is the end and fear is the foundation of order.